The Cleveland Cavaliers play host tonight to the Boston Celtics. It's the Beast of the East versus the defending NBA champions. Let's get it on. Good Tuesday, everybody, and welcome to the jungle. We're going to go over everything you need to know to bet the Cavs and Celtics game tonight. And if you like these standalone NBA game videos, just hit that thumbs up button so I know you enjoy them. The more I know you like them, the more I'll continue to do them. Let's pause for a second just to take a look at how we're doing so far in February. Only 3 days into it, but a great start. We're seeing the board very well. We're 16-5. We're up 13 units, returning over 55% ROI. So Boston comes into this game plus 1.5. The over-under set at 238. Cleveland's first in the East, won 6 of their last 10. Boston's second in the East, won 7 of their last 10. Now, we do have a large sample size for the whole season, of course, because we're into February. But when two teams like this play, it does take on a playoff vibe, a playoff atmosphere. So it's important not just to look at season performance, but how they fared against one another. And we do have a decent sample size, third time they've played this season. And we have the playoff series from last year to look at as well. The home team has won both games so far this season. Boston won in Boston, 120-117. Cleveland won in Cleveland, 115-111. Interesting to note that in both games this season, Donovan Mitchell had exactly 35 points, and Jason Tatum had exactly 33. I want to look at the prop market here first, and I want to key in on Jrue Holiday. In games like this that do take on the playoff vibe, playoff atmosphere, Jrue Holiday isn't expected to score. He's more focused. His mission is going to be defense, and they're going to put Derek White on Donovan Mitchell. It's what they always do. They play one-on-one, and they don't double team because they have so many good defensive one-on-one players. So Jrue Holiday's task will be guarding and shutting down Darius Garland. The 2 times they've played this season, Jrue Holiday only has a total of 15 total points. So I'm cold on his points prop today, on Jrue Holiday's points prop. Prop market-wise, looking over to the Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell, and we have a large sample size here, absolutely goes nuclear against Boston. They're one of the only teams that doesn't double team him. In fact, his last 10 games against Boston, he scored at least 29 plus points in 10 straight games against Boston. Boston single covers no matter what. It's going to be Derek White's mission to shut him down, and they're going to let him shoot and sacrifice whatever Mitchell can put through the hoop. That's why he's shooting 20-plus shots a game in all 10 of his last games against Boston. He's shooting at least 20 times a game every time he's played them, the last 10 games. When Donovan Mitchell shoots 20-plus times, he's over this number of 25.5 points, his prop line at home, in 32 of 35 games. I'm very warm today on Donovan Mitchell over 25.5 points. Now, because I'm warm on Donovan Mitchell's points, and if you watched my earlier NBA video today, you saw that I also took Evan Mobley over 15.5 points. Does that mean I think Cleveland's going to win? Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that. You know, the game they lost this year, Donovan Mitchell had 35 and Mobley had 22. That can very well happen, but they're going to need some more scoring. It'll come down to shooting and defense in this game. Now, this is interesting. The first time that they played, Cleveland shot 49%. Boston shot 51.2%. So it's kind of like 50%. They were both shooting pretty well. 50% is a pretty good percentage in that game. Boston won by 3. The second game that they played, Cleveland shot 49%. Boston only shot 40%. They didn't shoot well at all. But there's a huge disparity in terms of three-point percentage that second time that they played. Cleveland shot a ridiculous 47.2% from 3. That's an outlier performance. Boston only shot 34.9% from beyond the arc. Cleveland only won that game by 4 points, despite how good they shot and how bad Boston shot. Cleveland's three-point percentage on the year is 39.6%. That 47% is an outlier performance. So was Boston's bad shooting performance. The defensive side goes to Boston. Boston is the better team defensively. They're third in the NBA in terms of field goal percentage allowed and seventh in terms of three-point percentage allowed. With those same numbers, Cleveland is 7th and 21st. Edge goes to Boston on defense. What I'm saying is it's impossible to know who's going to play better, who's going to shoot better today. But looking at these two teams, we're getting a better price on Boston on the money line than we are in Cleveland, and I certainly wouldn't lay points with Cleveland. Going by data, going by numbers, And going by what should be expected and not outlier performances, I'm hot on the Celtics money line today. Now, Jungle members and I got it for plus 110 because we were early on it, but you can still get it. I think it's minus 105 right now. On most books, I'd play it up to minus 115. Hot on the Celtics money line. I'll see you tomorrow with a little more money in your pocket.